This video is to dispel myths about short scale basses, and what we have here is a 34-inch scale, 30-inch, and a 28. This is common with the Fender Precision bass. This is the Mustang basses, Fender and Squire, and this is the Ibanez short scale bass. Now, a lot of people think that the difference between the standard 34-inch scale bass and a short scale 30-inch bass at the nut is 4 inches difference. So people are thinking that when you're at the first fret here at the nut on a 34-inch scale bass, if you go to a 30, you're going down 4 inches on this, and that is not correct. The way you measure the scale length is from the 12th fret, from the 12th fret to the nut. On a 34-inch scale, it's 17 inches, 30-inch scale, it's 15 inches, 28 scale, it's 14 inches. So you're only getting a 2-inch difference here from the standard Precision to the Mustang, and it's 3 inches from the 34-inch scale down to the Ibanez. Now, when you look at where your strap button is on your top horn, it's generally always above the 12th fret. So the guitar hangs on your body exactly the same way for all of these basses. So from the 12th fret up to your first fret is really not that much difference between your 30-inch scale Mustang and your 34-inch scale Precision. So there's only a 2-inch difference here. So that is a big myth, that there's 4-inch difference there. Now obviously the overall length from the nut down to your bridge saddles is 34 inches, and then your bridge is here, and the body usually ends about an inch past the back side of the bridge. So obviously it is much longer, because with the longer scale you're having a bigger body. Squire, Ibanez, you can see the difference here, but they all hang generally the same because of this. Now, floppy strings. These are standard scale length strings. These are chromes. They are on this Squire Mustang bass. This is a 60's style bass. A 100 gauge for your E string up here, your 4th string, is 100. And that will fit inside of the hole on your tuning peg. So if you wanted to cut off the thin part where the silk wrap is and just shorten up the string, you can see in the picture I have, I stuffed the full 100 thickness inside the tuning peg and did 2 wraps. So you can use standard scale length strings if you wish, and they are not floppy. These chromes are not floppy on this bass. Now, that is a myth. Short scale string basses are floppy. They are not. A lot of that has to do with the strings or the way you tune it. You want to do drop tuning and you have a string that's generally a little bit looser, you're going to have to go with a string that has more tension. These have good tension. Even though these are flat wound, they are bright. Now if you want something with more tension than these, you can go with the Rotosound RS77. Now, muddy tone. People say that short scale basses have muddy tone. That's false. A lot of that has to do with the type of amp you're using, and it also has to do with the type of pickups you have. Now on this Mustang bass, the pickups come stock and they're within 1/4 of an inch of the strings. and they're very close. They're very close to the strings, and you really can lower these down. And there's a couple of reasons you want to do that. You want to do that because you want to gain sustain. When your pickups are too high on your guitar, the magnetic field from the pickups are grabbing at your strings and inhibiting them from vibrating to their full potential. With this on the 60s Mustang bass set just above the pick guard, I get 20 seconds of sustain on open strings, and I can get 20 seconds of sustain all through here, and it's only when I get up above the 12th fret to the 21st fret that you'll start to lose a little bit of sustain from 20 seconds. But you get plenty of sustain with the pickup height set down just off of the pick guard, and there's plenty of tone and sound coming out of that. With the demo clips that I have here, you can see the presets that I used on the amplifier that shows you that you can get deep tones as well as bright tones. And I also used a regular guitar amp on this just so you can hear what it sounds like, because this guitar plays very well through regular guitar amps. So without wasting any more time, here's what those clips sound like, and you can see for yourself that short scale basses are not muddy.